Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so pleased to have back on an incredible country music singer, songwriter, speaker, and author, Kelly Lang. Kelly, thanks for coming back on the show.
I'm thrilled to be here, Eric. Thank you.
You know, it hasn't been that long, well, like a year or so when we were talking about your book, but now your new album, Old Soul 2, came out this past November.
Yes.
And you and I were just talking to where Old Soul 1 did so well during the pandemic, and you were kind of surprised.
Well, I didn't know how it would be received because so many people were just in a doomy, gloomy mood. And I thought, you know, it might be the best time to bring them back to an era where the music was fun and simple and it brought back good memories for people. It did so well that I thought, well, I have a whole another list of songs that I would like to get to as well. So there we have Old Soul 2, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of these songs because it's challenged me a little bit. We've actually taken the song Missing You and have turned it into a dance track.
Which I loved.
And will eventually be even a bluegrass track. So I'm stretching my wings and I'm having so much fun. I just love music, period, no matter what genre it's in.
Well, you know, and you're so well known as a songwriter also, but it's neat to hear you with your own interpretations of these songs. You know, it's like starting out with, you know, Foreigner, and then you've got Fleetwood Mac, Phil Collins, John Waite, you know, the list goes on and on, Carly Simon.
You know, I must be on a good roll because I'm noticing that Miley Cyrus is doing a lot of these too. So we're in good company.
So you led the pack. So Miley is following your lead.
Yeah, that's what it is. We'll just go with that.
What a fun time though. It's like, and the dance track also I thought was amazing.
Well, thank you. I have to, you know, say that Vinnie Vero, which is Olivia Newton-John's, he did a lot of her album that's coming out, a duet project, and he reached out to me after hearing my duet with Olivia. And he says, I really like your style. Let's turn something you've done into a dance track. So that's how that all came about.
So much fun. I mean, it's just a lot of fun music, and myself as well, listening to these tracks, I have great memories for when these songs came out. Also, Midnight Train to Georgia.
Oh, that's one of my favorites on there. It's so much fun to perform. I did a speech the other day at the Nashville City Winery, and I had a lady come up out of the audience, and she was my Pip. It was so fun. You can see it on Facebook. It was so fun.
How incredible.
Yeah.
But you know, what I like about the album too, and just like you did with the original Old Soul, to where you're doing your own interpretations.
Right.
And I think that's nice, because particularly on Waiting for a Boy Like You instead of Waiting for a Girl Like You, which I thought was a clever twist. You know, instead of all the synthesizers, you did it more organically with guitar.
Right. I felt like it needed to have a bit more of a softer approach from a female version. And I love Chip Davis's vocals on the back of these too, because it just fills it up. And I don't know, there's just a lot of love in this project.
Well, and I wanted to bring up as well, you know, with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you released the song Life Sentence.
I did, and I dedicated the video to my friend Olivia Newton-John, who's passed, and she was such an inspiration to me, teaching me all the positive ways of turning a negative into something brighter. And I just wanted to encourage other breast cancer survivors. I'm a 17-year survivor, almost 18 years myself. I wanted to encourage the fans that I had in Facebook world to send in pictures of themselves, challenging themselves to like smile even though. So they were holding up pictures like that, and we incorporated it into the video, and it's done really, really well. And I think it's going to be something that will be evergreen and could possibly help people remain positive for a long, long time.
Well, you know, and you've been so open on sharing your journey through that, you know, and coming through it and in such a positive manner and helping others.
Well, it's a kind of a personal experience, but I made a promise to God. I said, you know, if you can help me get through this, I will do my very best to try to be a light for others. And I'm trying. You know, I don't know if I'm capable of doing what I would love to do, but these are just little steps that I'm trying to make to fulfill that promise back. And so far, so good. I've had a lot of beautiful letters written to me saying that they have been inspired by that song or my journey. And it's a real blessing to be able to help somebody.
That's powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. And then I wanted to bring up as well that I heard rumors that there's going to be a Olivia Newton-John project coming out this next year that you're going to be a part of as well.
I am. There's a huge duet project that's going to be coming out. I can't tell you all the names on there, but it's anybody she's ever done a duet with. they've included the duet that I did with her, and we recorded "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart" years ago.
Right.
So they've re-evolved that, and we'll be putting that into the project.
How incredible. Okay, and in your spare time, you also have a Christmas song out.
I do.
Just in time for the holidays.
Just in time. My husband, T.G. Shepard, and I went into the studio and we recorded White Christmas. And we thought we need some cool background vocals. So we invited the Oak Ridge Boys, and they have killed it. I can't wait for you to hear this, and it's so fun.
You know, you just said that, like, I invited Eric over to the house, and it's like, no, you invited the Oak Ridge Boys.
The Oak Ridge Boys, and they were so fun. They were, and you know, when one of them walks in, there's a lot of power. But when all four of them walk in, it's like a tsunami comes in the room.
It's like a wall of sound.
It
really
is.
is. I mean, what they accomplished, and I mean, wow, how
Yeah.
great for you and TG to have them involved in that.
Oh, it was just, they're just adorable. And I love how they tweet everything. They tweet constantly about what you're doing, and I'm just grateful to be in the realm of all that.
Yeah, I think Joe and the guys are much better at social media than I am.
Same.
They just stay on top of it, and that's why they have the following they do.
Absolutely. I think it's amazing.
Well, you know, you've got all these great things going on. I have to bring up, too, something kind of new that you've been doing within the past year or so as a speaker.
Yes, I think I have found my stride with speaking. I didn't realize it was going to be a passion for me, but I just have learned a lot through my journey, either through breast cancer or music business, or just, you know, being the age that I am. I feel like I've gained some wisdom that with simple things that I have learned that I'm able to pass down to people, and it's an opportunity for me to connect with hearts. That's the most passionate thing for me. Whether it be through writing my book or through music or speaking, it's all the form of the arts.
Right.
And I have enjoyed it so much, and I've got several things lined up in the future, and I think that's where my goal will be this next year.
I think it makes a lot of sense because to me, one of the things I've always admired about you, besides your great, voice and your songwriting and everything else, is that you bring humor to things. And to me, that's always been a healing, motion to have, humor involved. And I think you do a great job with that.
Well, thank you. That's something that comes up in my speeches as well. I talk about dark subjects, of course, but I don't stay there very long. I don't dwell on anything super negative because I've got so much fun and humor.
Right.
I look at things, I think humor is healing, and obviously if you don't know my silly character XOXO, you wouldn't know that was really me. But I just think life shouldn't be taken so seriously sometimes.
I agree. Well, speaking of which, I thought about you, this past year with the passing of Loretta Lynn, and I saw your picture with her, and obviously with your dad, which some viewers may not realize, Vernon, Manish Conway Twitty.
Velton.
Yeah.
Velton Lane.
Yeah, Velton Lane. Sorry about that. And so anyway, he, Manish Conway. And then, so you were around Loretta all the time, and you were around all these legends.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I had no idea how big of Conway was, honestly. I just thought of him as just like an uncle or something, I didn't spend as much time with Loretta as you would think that I did, just on occasions through, knowing Conway. In later years, I got to know her even better, and I've done several shows with her, and in hindsight, looking back at all the pictures, I was very blessed. That's all I can say. She was amazing, and I loved her sense of humor, and she didn't take herself seriously, and one could learn a lot from that.
Well, and especially with your dad, working with all of those legends, you were just in the mix from such a young age.
I thought that was normal. I thought everybody's dad did that, So
No.
I had a back seat or side seat to seeing the legends when they were on top of their games, and I learned a lot along the way, and hopefully I can incorporate some of that in my own career. But just to have her call you by name was magical, and it's funny because I'd love to mimic her and Crystal Gayle for that matter, and I call my husband Do. That's his name in my phone. So I go, "Oh, Do, quit growling like an old bear."
Well, I wanted to bring up your book, to where we had you on the show, I think, last time when it released, I'm Not Going Anywhere.
Right.
And so obviously this has been doing very well also.
Oh my gosh, I'm shocked. Honestly, I didn't know how it would be received because, some people know me, some people are just getting to know me, but the book was named after a song that I wrote several years ago, and it ended up in an Ascension Hospital commercial, and it did really well, and so that was a perfect title for the book. I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere, The one thing I'm really proud of, it's got QR codes after every chapter, and I'm a visual person, so you can go straight to videos, and it will relate to the chapter that you've just read previously. And I think it's forward thinking. It's something that you can actually go back to and learn things from, because we're going to be changing the videos out throughout several years to come and updating. Yes.
And then make a great documentary also.
I like that idea. Let's do it. Lifetime movie, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like what an incredible story with your life and everything you've gone through, still performing, and just like you said, with the speaking now.
Yes.
And to where you're evolving with that also.
Well, I'm going to challenge myself too, and I'm going to say it here on TV. I am looking into doing some acting roles too. So who knows, I may act some things on my own with this book. So we don't know.
Incredible. And the book continues to evolve and change,
yes,
just like you do and your life does.
Yeah.
And with all the great things you're doing, and with the new album out, Old Soul 2, which is available. And, the dance music, I was just thinking when we were talking about Kelly, to where a lot of young people, it's like, if this goes TikTok crazy, just watch out.
I'm on for it.
All of a sudden, you're going to have a whole new audience, of teenagers going, Kelly Lang, she's rocking.
Well, I was teasing with you. We did an interview regarding Loretta Lynn, and they misspelled my name. They said it was Kelly Wang. So my friend was texting another friend about me, and she accidentally misspelled my name as Jelly Wang. So my new dance name will be Jelly Wang. So
I think that's awesome.
You've heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I want to make sure for our viewers, Kelly, with your website, with your social media, with everything you do, bringing back the performances from your living room, which I hope you do soon, and the many great things that you have going on, speaking engagements, where do the viewers need to go?
If you can go to kellylang.net, everything is on there. If you would like an autographed copy of my book, you can get that through kellylang.net, but it's on Amazon too. Right. So if you want, a quick trade with that, all my music is downloaded and streamable, and it's just kellylang.net is the hub, but it's everywhere really, and Amazon and Spotify, all
just
of the
like
good
you.
stuff.
You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere, from the Opry, Country Music Hall of Fame, out on speaking engagements at City Winery. Well, I'll tell you what, I love the new album. Definitely, add it to your playlist or get your own copy, Old Soul 2. Great songs.
Thank you.
And I think they're going to touch so many people. And once again, the book available also. You want to get a copy of that. And it's so great to have you on the show. I can't wait to see you at a speaking engagement.
I can't wait either. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, and acting, and a Christmas song,
yes,
and an album with duets that you're involved in this next year.
Yes.
Many great things.
I ain't slowing down.
Not a bit. Kelly Lang, so nice to have you on the show again.
Thanks, Eric.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of a Bobby Bones Show.